Not Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
A little mix-up on yesterday's bingo. Everything started out really well in the bottom left-hand corner, but then it went diagonal. And that was not the way we were headed. But he came to the table. We thought it was. He was told it was, and so we went with it. And he screamed bingo really well. Like maybe better than anybody else has ever done.
So why don't you just calm down a little bit?
So he's going to get his prize, but we're going to give away another one today.
Oh.
All right?
All right.
So you want to be listening for something Jeffy says today, I guess, right? Jeffy we have two possibilities of Jeffyisms that can set us off.
Yep.
We sure do.
Well, we did.
I was feeling it in my innards.
Okay.
And,
all right.
why don't you just calm down a little bit?
Cool.
All right, then.
I like it a lot.
Okay. Chris liked it.
That was awesome.
All right, good. So let it be written. So let it be done. So the big, beautiful bill is facing some headwinds in the Senate, and it probably should. I mean, it's a $5 trillion debt extender. Whatever. That's where we are, though, right?
That's where we are, man.
It goes from 37 trillion to 42 trillion. So
what?
So what?
So sick of people whining about the debt.
Yes, the economy in the country is going to eventually collapse on that weight, but so not today. Maybe.
Right.
Maybe not today.
Right.
NMP, not my problem.
Right.
Man, why don't you just calm down? What's it going to do? Smash your innards?
No, it's not going to.
You know what? My kids need character building exercises, and I think dealing with my debt, my trillions of dollars of debt,
good for 'em.
It's good. Yeah,
Nobody's going to have
good
to
for
deal with it. It's going to go away.
Your
grandkids
kids.
will deal with it. You know, this is a way to build character.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
your
out.
great grandkids, your great grandkids. There's no way to ever pay this debt.
Right.
Nobody's
It's
ever going to
just
be
gonna
able
go away.
to.
We're just going to have to zero it out.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what will happen.
Yeah.
Is inflation will go to 4,000%, and we'll pay it off with meaningless dollars.
Cool.
Then people are going to be pissed. Then that's going to cause a war with somebody that we owe a lot of money to. I don't know who that could possibly be, China, but I don't.
Wait, hold up.
But someday, sometime.
It's possible.
It's possible.
Possible.
But OMB director Russ Vought had this to say about the situation.
And I think that the storyline with regard to the spending reductions it's historic. This is the first time that we've seen anything like this in 30 years, not since in the 1997 balanced budget agreement. And what this bill includes is nearly $2 trillion by the time it gets updated for last-minute changes to get House conservatives across the finish line. Nearly $2 trillion in mandatory savings reforms to improve Medicaid, to make sure there's a work requirement, to be able to get the labor force participation rate up, to get people who are illegal off the rolls, to do a lot of things in a lot of different areas of the main structural driver of our debt and deficits, which has been mandatory spending. And it also sets us up by doing some things on border security and defense increases to allow us to have an enormous fight on non-defense discretionary spending to make the DOGE cuts permanent, as reflected in our budget that we sent up to Congress not too long ago, to be able to lock those things in. So we think that this is a major step forward to get us on the road to balance. Why? Because it gets us out of fiscal futility where we have been unable to pass anything like this.
Can we get somebody to stop the lawn mowing and the leaf blower in the background during these little vignettes outside the White House?
They've got work to do. They've got work to do.
Come on.
The timing is.
They've got work to do.
It's stupid. Or go do it somewhere else. Do your hit. Can we not do that during a nationwide national broadcast hit?
And if he's not mowing the lawn, then he's just standing there waiting for the hits to be done. You're going to be complaining that, well, look at him, he's just standing there doing nothing.
I'm not, because he's nowhere in the camera shot, for one thing. I wouldn't know about him.
That's awesome.
Man, he had a lot to drone on about there, though. So
Yeah,
I
sure
guess the bill's perfectly fine. Don't even worry about it. Whatever.
Sure, it adds a little now, but
whatever.
In the end, it's going to bring it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
What don't you understand
Except
about finances?
It's not going to do that. They're going to find a way around all this. They always do. Unless we have a balanced budget amendment, and they're forced to balance the budget every year and do something about the debt, it'll never happen. Never.
And even if they had that, do you think they would follow it?
No, they conceivably they'd have to, but
Okay.
no, probably not. You're probably right.
It's hard to believe that there was a time not that long ago, just 25 years ago, toward the end of Clinton's term, that when you had a divided government, we had a balanced budget. We had a surplus for 2 years.
Huh.
Not that long ago. It's incredible.
Yeah.
This next clip, though, for Amy Klobuchar, it's not so much to play the pushback from Dems. It's more to illustrate how effective that polling data from CNN yesterday showing that the Democrats have completely lost the middle class. They have. And now you're going to start hearing that's going to be the buzzword for the next 2 years. Middle class. Trump's left the middle class behind, blah, 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 blah. And they started it yesterday with Klobuchar.
To be very clear, this is not a big, beautiful bill. It's a big, beautiful betrayal of the middle class and working people in this country. It's a betrayal of seniors in nursing homes, where half of those in assisted living rely on Medicaid. It's a betrayal of families struggling to put food on the
What
table.
does the Medicaid thing have to do with anything? Why do they keep doing this? Why do they keep spewing this lie about Medicaid?
The work requirements, I guess. I mean, heaven forbid you require people work.
Just out of my mind.
Yep.
It drives me out of my mind. All right, let's see if we can get through it.
Families struggling to put food on the table, and it's a betrayal of the middle class.
Again, yeah, so she had to mention middle class.
2 or 3 times
She
in
started it
multiple times.
Finished.
Yep.
That's gonna
Betrayal to the middle class. Betrayal to the middle class. Oh, jeez. On the Republican side, there's some pushback coming from senators like Rand Paul.
This is where I think the president and I are talking past each other. I accept the growth arguments. I actually accept that cutting taxes can grow revenue. I believe it happened under Reagan. I believe it happened under the first Trump term. And I supported the tax cuts in the first term. I still support them. I support making them permanent. And I do believe they will bring in more revenue than the CBO projects. My objection to the bill isn't about the tax cuts, and it isn't about those calculations. My objection to the bill is they're going to raise the debt ceiling more than they ever have, $5 trillion, and that this will be the largest increase in the debt ceiling ever. And if the Republicans all vote for it, the Republicans will own the debt. They will lose their high moral ground. We will no longer be the party that can say, look at the Democrats. They're the ones, foisting the debt on our country. We're drowning in a sea of debt caused by Democrats, which has largely been true. But I think now if they vote for this, so if they separate out the debt ceiling, I could be for the bill.
Okay. Wow, just separate the debt ceiling and he's for it. Wow, that surprises me a little bit. Huh.
If you do that, then you don't have the money to spend on all the stuff.
Yeah, that's right. That's true.
Right.
It's good wordsmithing, though, by Rand.
So he's on the outs now, too, right?
With Trump, yeah.
Yeah, in fact, Trump tweeted out twice overnight about Rand Paul.
Yeah. Nobody likes him.
Yeah. Yeah, what was the other thing?
I don't remember. It's easy enough.
Is he going to say the same thing about Elon Musk?
He has not. You know what? I'm so glad you said that. I didn't see anything.
So far.
Yeah.
So far, so good. And Musk has been the strongest detractor of this bill.
Sure has.
Let me get this. At 1:31 Eastern yesterday, he tweeted out, or X'd out, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination. Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it." Ooh, that's a little strong. Interesting, though, coming from the guy who was trying to cut out waste and fraud. And
just real quick, Trump tweeted out twice. I'm sorry, Truth Social twice on Rand Paul yesterday. His overnight tweets were more about President Xi. So there you go. And I love this one, though. With the exception of the rigged presidential election of 2020, the auto pen is the biggest political scandal in American history. Donald Trump, 4 hours ago. So true.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 hours ago?
Yeah, he was busy.
It's up at 2 in the morning, tweeting, truthing, whatever that is called on his thing. Does he do both? Does he also post on X?
Not.
Yes, but I think it's. I don't know that. I think usually his people are posting what he posts.
They're retweeting
to the other platforms.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Musk also tweeted yesterday that interest payments already consume 25% of all government revenue.
Is that a problem?
If the massive deficit spending continues, there will only be money for interest payments and nothing else. No Social Security, no medical, no defense, nothing.
Jeez.
It's kind of critical.
Trump said of Paul on Truth Social, his ideas are actually crazy. Losers in parentheses. The people of Kentucky can't stand him.
I don't think that's true, but... Okay. We do know that anybody who says anything against anything he's for is going to be persona non grata. I mean, you just look at Thomas Massey. Thomas Massey is one of our great legislators, and he can't stand him.
Right.
Calls him a grandstander.
Well, the other thing he said about Rand Paul yesterday, he loves voting no on everything. He thinks it's good politics, but it's not.
That's not what Rand Paul does.
Paul does not grasp that bill, which includes a slew of tax and spending cuts, but his projected to significantly widen national deficits will spur tremendous growth. So, I mean, that's not what Rand Paul said, really. That's what he said.
It's interesting.
We're talking past each other is what he said.
That Trump has no problem lashing out at a Massey or a Rand Paul when they go against him on this. But so far, all quiet on the Western Front when it comes to any tweets about Elon.
Yeah, which is interesting because Elon was the strongest of them. I mean, that he called it a disgusting abomination. That's about as strong as the verbiage can get when you're talking about his big, beautiful bill, right?
Yeah, it is.
But I don't want to see them come to loggerheads. I don't want to see them at each other's throat. That wouldn't be productive. And I'm a little surprised Elon has spoken out this strongly about it. Mm-hmm. And he seems to be sort of blaming Congress. Kind of pinning it on them, the people who are voting for it. So I don't know. Maybe he'll escape
That's
the
the
ire.
line.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There was more from Karoline Leavitt yesterday as she discussed the state of the economy. There was Karoline.
You going to skip Mike Johnson's reaction to
I didn't realize I had skipped Mike Johnson's reaction.
Don't want to do that.
Yeah, because he's important.
I don't want to do that.
He's bold.
Okay.
We got to listen to Mike Johnson.
Oh, he's all about the bill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Trump
He's all
for
about
it?
it.
Mike Johnson's for it.
Yeah. Let me say this. It's very
Let him say
disappointing.
this.
Okay. I've come to consider Elon a good friend. He's obviously a very intelligent person, and he's done a lot of great work. With all due respect, my friend Elon is terribly wrong about the one big beautiful bill.
Oh. Well, there you go.
All right, there you go. That was worth playing, right?
Yeah. Couldn't have gone through the day without it, frankly. I think this show would have just ended had we not heard that.
Did he go on to say, but we're all for the Doge cuts and we're going to get that taken care of?
No, unfortunately, that part was missing.
Oh,
that's missing in action.
Of course, we edited that out.
Yeah, right. Would be nice if they'd ever say that. It would be nice. And do it.
Yeah, no doubt.
But that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I think
they're going to try to piecemeal it together.
I think Vought did yesterday talk about. Oh no! In the past, we played earlier this week.
Mm-hmm.
Him saying,
yes, they're doing a little bit at a time. Yeah.
But didn't Una Paloma Blanca say that they weren't going to do anything with it now?
I did not hear this.
I think she did.
Terrified.
Oh, well,
I
look it up.
Find that out now.
Look
I think
it up.
She did. Yeah.
All right. Blaze TV just dropped an explosive investigation piece, and I think you're going to need to see this one. It's been 5 years since the George Floyd riots turned Minneapolis upside down, and now for the first time ever, 3 active duty Minneapolis police officers are speaking out on camera anonymously to tell the truth about what really happened. These guys were on the front lines when the 3rd precinct was abandoned and burned. They're still on the job, still in uniform, and what they reveal about Derek Chauvin, Governor Tim Walz, and the breakdown of law and order in that city, absolutely jaw-dropping. They say Chauvin was railroaded, that Walz has completely failed them, obviously, and that they're risking their lives every day in a city that's turned its back on them. So here's the deal. You can watch the first 10 minutes for free right now on YouTube. Just search Blaze TV Minneapolis in the YouTube app, and you can see it, the first 10 minutes for free. But then you can also see the full unfiltered investigation. If you're a Blaze subscriber, go to blazetv.com/Pat. You'll get $20 off your subscription. Sign up, support unrelenting journalism, and see what the media won't show you at blazetv.com/Pat.
Pat Gray returns.
White House Press Secretary Karoline Leavitt was asked about the Musk post, and here's what she said about that.
Caroline, how mad do you think President Trump is going to be when he finds out that Elon Musk said, "I'm sorry, but I just can't stand it anymore. This massive, outrageous, pork-filled congressional spending bill is a disgusting abomination.
We took care of that.
Shame on those who voted for it. You know you did wrong. You know it."
Look, the president already knows where Elon Musk stood on this bill. It doesn't change the president's opinion. This is one big, beautiful bill, and he's sticking to it.
That's the line.
Next question.
That's the line. It's not. It's not Trump. It's Congress.
It's not a disgusting abomination. It's a big, beautiful bill.
Yeah.
And
if anyone's going to return fire toward Elon, we're going to leave that to the president himself.
That's for sure.
That's the other thing she wanted to say there.
Yeah, I think Elon's gotten enough fire already, and so hopefully we'll avoid that. But I don't know. We'll see. Everything's in chaos right now. It just feels like, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It just feels like chaos.
Yeah, so Una Polona Blanca, Anna Paulina Luna, she had posted, the Rules Committee and House leadership has decided to not bring anything to the floor to codify Trump's EOs or DOJ. No codify votes. Guess what? No votes.
Oh, man.
So
when was this?
This was yesterday, 17 hours ago.
Wow.
Okay, I'm just
again.
Maybe
it feels like chaos.
Yeah,
feels like chaos. Can we get on the same page here? The whole point of Elon and DOJ was to save the country from the debt that we've accrued. We've got to stop with the debt, and nobody, very few, care about it.
Nope.
They don't care. They just live in this dream world that, we'll push that down the road.
Okay.
It'll be fine. Don't worry about it.
For you and me and this audience, that's what matters. But for the Republican Party, it was, thank you, Elon Musk, for your $250 million. Go play Save Money time over there, and then when your 120 days or whatever it is up, then...
have a nice day.
Bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Let the
and by the way, we'll throw you another bone or two. Here's $5 billion that we will cut from some of the things that you suggested, just so you can play politics with us again and continue to contribute to our campaigns next year.
And so
that's all they want to do.
And then Republicans can go in the fall to their voters and say, we actually implemented many of Elon's DOJ cuts. Many. We're going to lose. We're going to use ambiguous words like that when it's a very small fraction.
Right. Exactly right.
Yep.
It's the same game we always play.
And we were going to codify these cuts, but they're stuck in committee. We're working on that right
We're going to be sorry one day. And it's not that far down the road.
No.
That's really not. Nah, I know we've said that, but man, when you're at $37 trillion in debt.
And you need to let that go. I'm so sick of hearing that.
I do. Because you know what? Here's the bright side. It's not 37 quadrillion.
Thank you.
Okay? So that's a number we don't hear very often.
No,
when it gets to that number,
then maybe
we'll think
about it. Yeah.
Then when we get to the quadrillions, then we'll start to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we make a cut or two.
I tell you, that day is coming, and it won't be just a loud bang. It's gonna be, it's gonna be reflected in the cost of everything.
Yeah, it is. Oh my gosh! I mean, the Great Depression will look like the Roaring '20s,
and before you know it, $10 for a loaf of bread is going to be the new normal. Anyway, just ask Weimar, right?
Ask them.
Cool.
Yeah. Although it was a little more than $10 for a loaf of bread.
Yeah.
Remember that? They were paying like
wheelbarrows,
$1 billion marks or whatever it was. Good gosh. And they had to go out as soon as they got their paycheck, they had to go immediately to the grocery store and purchase their items with it, because by the afternoon, the price changed and went up by more zeros. They just added more zeros to it, and they couldn't afford the bread again.
It makes you wonder why they're getting rid of the penny. Oh, that's because we have no need for it anymore.
Yeah, right.
Everything's far advanced in cost. Yeah, no.
That's probably an area where you're a little sensitive, isn't it? Because you're still kind of a cash guy. I mean, to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you probably you cherish those pennies.
Nah.
You don't just give them up, do you?
Yeah.
Or do you now?
Yeah.
You give them up?
You can see.
Okay.
That penny means a lot.
Well, everything's going to be rounded down now.
Everything will
rounded
be
which way?
rounded down.
Rounded which way?
That's what the products will do.
Yeah, it always errs on the side of the customer.
Well,
am I right?
that would only be fair, right? If they rounded it down, not up.
I'm
Can't even
sure
get
will.
waitresses to round down.
Absolutely going to happen.
Round down.
Oh, it's going to be a mess.
Do you want to round down for child poverty?
No.
No, I don't.
Wait, round down. No, actually, hold on. That's a great... I'm going to stop doing self-checkout. I'm going to look for the one lane that's open at Walmart. And when they ask me to round up for charity or something like that, we go like, no, actually, would you like to round down to help me out? Help a hungry family?
That's right.
Yes.
You round down.
Still doing that, man. But this is, we've had some discussions on my live stream, and there's some really smart people out there that are saying, look, yes, it costs more to make the penny than they're worth. But this is
Costs
opening
more to make the nickel too.
Right. This is opening the door for a cashless society. Bingo.
Yeah. Well, we opened that door a long time ago. We've almost slammed that door shut on the other side. I mean, come on. But I'm playing right into it. I almost never carry cash on me. I don't have, But then that gives you an excuse when the guy's in the median on the freeway on ramp, and he's passing the bucket around, and he's got his German Shepherd there to walk with him.
That's okay. We're good. We're on our way to a social credit score, much like China has with the Trump administration giving the contract to Palantir, the Peter Thiel analytics company. It's gonna be easier now, more convenient when you have your tax filings, your student debt, Social Security, bank accounts. Medical claims, immigration status, bank accounts, all in one helpful, convenient location for federal agencies to access.
They don't have that already?
There you go. Well,
wow.
This is going to be... Palantir is doing a lot of interesting stuff with data, so I think it's going to be even more accessible now, Jeffy.
Well, and then eventually you're going to get the convenience that you don't have to carry anything around with you, because it'll just put the chip in your wrist or your forehead.
And believe me, there are days when I'm ready for that.
I know. There's days when everybody's ready for that. There's days when everybody's, we're already there. So what the heck? Why don't I just do that?
Right.
Because then I'll never be without my money.
See,
and I don't have to carry anything around.
Jeffy thinks it's convenient until he's at the grocery store, and then the automated cash or the checkout machine says, I'm sorry, you're going to have to put those Twinkies back.
I know. You have negative money in your account, sir.
Well, not only that, either that or your health care is now controlled by us, since Republicans didn't get rid of Obamacare, despite the fact that they were elected on it and had multiple chances over the years. It's all a game, and we're the pawns.
What is that movie where, is it The Island, or it's not Ethan Hawke. It is... what's his face who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the later Star Wars movies? Ewan McGregor. Yeah. He's in this, and he gets up in the morning, and it's a futuristic thing.
Right.
He goes to the bathroom, and the urinal analyzes his urine immediately and tells him he can't have any bacon or salt products. I think that
was that a movie, or wasn't that part of the the Netflix show? Right.
Black Mirror?
Yeah.
I don't know. It might have been Black Mirror too, but it was definitely The Island, or I don't know, one of those futuristic things. Anyway, it tells you what you can and can't have during the course of the day, because, sorry, your sodium is way too high. And so you can't eat these things that aren't good for you.
It is helpful.
That will happen here. If we don't put a stop to it is helpful.
Convenient.
They're trying to help us help us help you.
Thank you.
Won't you? So, yeah, that's something to look forward to. If we don't put a stop to it and say, look, we're not compromising any more of our freedom for our convenience. It's not even compromising freedom for our safety. It's freedom for convenience.
And we're good at that as Americans, as getting out there and pushing back when our freedom is at risk. Am I right?
Oh, you're right.
Have you seen the COVID era that we went through? Boy, we were out there in the streets like every day. It was ridiculous.
That's frightening. It's frightening to think back on that and think how, we're just sheep. We just follow you right to the slaughter. Thank you very much. Will you give me another? And yes, they will.
And yes, they will.
They'll give you another. Let's go to Leslie in Massachusetts. Hey, Leslie.
Bingo!
Good job.
Nicely
done. Congratulations.
Do I dare hold the bingo card up yet?
Why don't you wait just a second and we'll see.
Okay.
So, Leslie, tell us where your bingo happened.
It is in the middle. Stephen A. Smith says, that's a good point.
Okay.
He says, we innocent.
All right.
Pat says, will anything come of it?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Jeffy says, why don't you calm down?
Yeah.
And Trump says, they don't have the card.
Okay. Yes, that was one of two separate that you could have had.
Three, actually, because when Jeffy said energy, you got it there or there.
That's cool.
We covered a lot of ground this week.
We did.
You're welcome.
All right, Leslie, thank you. Appreciate your listening. We got the $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com and the dozen Kexi cookies from Kexi.com. So, congratulations. All right, where were we? What were we whining about here just a
rounding
minute
down?
ago?
Rounding down. That's what's going to happen.
Karoline Leavitt.
Yeah, we were going to get to the Karoline Leavitt.
The economy, yeah.
Here she is.
Positive economic reports continue to flood in. Inflation dropped to 2.1% in April. Personal income increased 0.8% in April. So inflation is down and wages are up. That's almost triple the expectations and against the doubts of nearly everyone in this room.
Yep.
And we also saw the largest monthly decline in the trade deficit on record as a result of President Trump's very powerful tariffs. Lastly, the price of eggs has dropped more than 61%. Since President Trump took office in January. I remember my very first briefing, I was asked about the cost of eggs. The reporter tried to insinuate it was this administration's fault, even though he had only been here for a few days or weeks. It was a result of the previous administration's terrible policies, and in record time, this president has fixed that problem that he inherited from Joe Biden, and now egg prices have dropped 61% since this president took office.
Yep. Boom. No, I think we have a little... we got that.
Look at that.
Egg prices fall under Trump. January 21st, $6.49. Yeah, he'd already boosted the price up in one day. $6.49. Look at what he did. Only then could he bring it back down. Look at that. Look at the difference.
That's just
$2.52 now. Look at that.
$6.49 to $2.52.
$2.52.
And you remember Brooke Rollins laid out a plan like in the first couple of weeks. Hey, this is what we're going to do to lower egg prices. A 4-point plan. I remember that.
Yeah. Ta-da!
Here we are.
I love it. And that's why. Okay, $2.52. So, Chris, you look even worse now, man. You're just gouging people at double the price.
Dang, bro.
As long as there's no storms, though, he's fine. If a storm comes through, he's got to lower the prices.
Chris?
That means he's price gouging.
Yeah.
If there's no storm, if it's just a regular economy, he's fine. He can charge whatever he wants.
Yeah, right. You can. That's true. Yeah, it's got to be under certain conditions, right? Because you can gouge during normal times.
Anytime you want, except during a storm.
Then we just let the free market work.
Yeah.
But if there's an emergency, we can't let the free market work.
Cannot let that work.
All bets are off then. We just throw the economy out the window.
They will come and take Chris's chickens if he starts that $5 a dozen bull crap during a storm. I'll tell you that.
All he's doing is giving me timestamps here. He's either pissed or he's not paying attention. He's watching a different show.
Pretend like he's not charging.
That's another bingo.
Pretend like he's not gouging people.
I don't have my card yet.
Have we pissed you off, Chris? Is that what's going on?
No, not you guys.
No.
Oh, what's wrong, baby?
Who made you angry? Come on, honey.
Just the hard work that you put in this show and just people don't pay attention to their emails.
Round down, baby.
Maybe we'll talk about that during the break. All right, 888-900-3393. More coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Some tweets here. Tamara tweets, I have 4 grandkids. Each grandchild will inherit 1/4 of my share of the U.S. debt. That seems fair, right?
Yeah.
Is that too much math for Keith and Jeffy? Oh, way too much.
Wait, that wasn't nice. I mean, it was accurate, but it
way
wasn't
too much.
nice.
That's a good point, tweets. Pretty hard to justify voting for Republicans any longer. If you believe in fiscal conservatism as I do, you just look like a fool. I was willing to give Trump this last shot at it. I'm done now, though. Only fiscal hawks get my vote now.
So that person's not going to vote for 2028 Trump? Because I'm in.
Are you in? You're in?
He lowered
For the
prices
third term
for
that can't happen? Yeah. All right.
You laugh.
Caffeinated Texan, I miss the days when we were hopeful about the future. That was what? 100 or so days ago?
Oh,
Yeah,
we were so young and naive 3 months ago, weren't we?
Remember? How old were you, though, 3 months ago? I was
7.
I was 4.
Oh.
I was 4.
Wait, I'm older.
Yeah, I caught up and passed you, I guess.
And we hit the ground running 100 or so days ago, and then all of a sudden...
Yeah, you hit it.
Tired of winning.
We hit a speed bump called the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Which we always hit, and they always screw it up every single time.
Screw your freedom.
Right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Arnold. Appreciate that. Okay, so the egg price thing, I think, just to pay tribute to all the hard work that Chris did. There it is!
Look at that. That's awesome.
There it is!
It's got the I did that, and it's Trump pointing at the prices. Nice.
Nicely done, Chris. Hey, thank you for doing that graphic right there. Thank you.
That's
Really?
Why didn't we put that up earlier?
That is great.
Why didn't we do this earlier, dude?
Yeah.
Can I just say, I mean, it's pretty good and everything, but why is that N at the end of dozen so small compared to the rest of the letters?
Yeah, I was looking at that too. I feel like it was.
Oh, that's weird.
It wasn't good.
You couldn't fit it, huh?
I couldn't fit. That's all I could put there.
Rounding down.
Rounding down.
So it almost looks like large white shell eggs per dose.
Yes, Doge. It's an homage to Doge.
All right.
So again, January 21st.
I know.
$6.49 a dozen. Today, $2.52 per dozen.
Unless you get them from me.
Unless you get them from Chris.
I mean, I hear from people in the upstate of New York multiple times during this egg ride. And they were over $9.
Yeah,
or something.
I think I paid $8 a dozen at one point. Unbelievable. I mean, the numbers they give us are just the national average. So obviously, in some places, it's going to be higher than that.
Did I see somewhere like 13 at one point?
Holy cow! I don't know.
I saw.
Jeez.
When I was doing the research for this, there was some California was $19.29.
Wow. A dozen?
Yes, sir.
19?
$19.29.
$20 for a dozen of eggs.
Oh, can you imagine?
Holy cow.
Sorry, I'll do without the eggs. At that
Oh,
price.
yes.
Come on
I'm not eating eggs for a while.
That's crazy.
And last night, I'm not going to be able to find it on the fly. Somebody posted something from 2019, December 2019, something like that. It was on sale at their grocery store for like 58 cents a dozen, something like that.
We need to let those days go. Those days are gone. You're never going to get those back.
Thank you for your happy message.
You're not going to get those.
Hey,
Jeffy,
and because yesterday was National Egg Day, I got me 2 extra chickens. So.
Nice.
Oh, my
Did
goodness.
you really?
Sure did.
Hey,
bringing the total to?
14, but just don't let the city of Fort Worth know.
That exceeds it?
It's 12 is the max.
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
How do they come up with that arbitrary figure?
Thank you, Pat Gray.
That's weird.
Thank you for saying that.
Hey, Wes reports that Trader Joe's here locally is $1.99 a dozen.
There you go.
Wow. Okay. So, price of eggs down.
$5.
Down. Go out and get yourself some right now.
Except for
right now.
Chris's.
Except for Chris's. Then you pay $5 as always.
Free range fresh eggs, $5 a dozen.
Thank you.
Right.
Backyard eggs.
But then you're, at the end when you're killing them and eating them, you're eating happy chickens, and that's not right.
That's it. Oh,
yeah, you don't want to do that.
Even better.
No, you want a chicken that's been miserable its whole life and is relieved
you're
to be
doing
put
it
out of
I
its
mean, that's what we're used to.
Yeah. All right, let's chew the fat now with Jeffy.
Awesome.
This here, so sing it loud and proud. This is fat pride time. There's no shame in allowed.
Fat pride.
It's not listen when a flute that's shaking the ground. He's a much bigger star, known the world around. Now quietly applause and take your seat. Let's chew the fat before Jeffy has to eat.
That's funny.
It is funny. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
that's really good.
That's funny. So a whole lot happening. If you're struggling to breathe, experiencing irritated eyes, nose, throat, coughing, chest tightness, or shortness of breath, it may be smoke from the Canadian wildfires. Yesterday, there were like 208 active wildfires burning in Canada, with 107 of those considered to be out of control. Minneapolis was among the top 10 worst air quality conditions in the world. All that smoke is coming down into the United States now. Eastern Minnesota is expected to be unhealthy air quality all day today, if not longer. The haze from the wildfires, they're saying, is coming down to the Gulf Coast this week. But we also have, with the air quality alerts east or south, and the smoke is expected to stay there. So not many or all of those symptoms may be because of that, or the Saharan dust that's coming across the Atlantic that's supposed to be across the southern states as well. So breathe easy. It's either the fires or the Saharan dust that's affecting you, the skies, and your breathing.
Well, we had some really good medical advice yesterday. That's to hold your breath until this crisis is over.
Yes,
you don't want to breathe this stuff.
No,
so just hold your breath.
So my advice of just breathe, that's wrong.
That's wrong. It is wrong. That's wrong. You don't want to breathe that stuff. So just hold your breath for a while. Might take a few days or weeks. We don't know for sure, but just hold your breath till it's...
We'll let you know.
If I want to breathe, should I wear a mask then?
No, the mask won't help. No, you got to stop breathing.
You got to stop breathing, bro.
But just for a little while. Okay, just for a few days,
I feel
a week.
Like that's not a good idea.
Huh. Well, that's because you're not a doctor.
Thank you. Okay? Thank you. What are you, a doctor now?
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right.
Just
thank you.
Never mind. Don't breathe.
Right. For a while.
We have the Muslims.
Obviously, that would become counterproductive after a certain length of time.
But we'll let you know.
Yeah, but we'll let you know. Yeah.
Muslims, the pilgrim to converge on Mecca begins today with the annual Hajj or Hajj or whatever they call it. I think it is Hajj, right?
You ever seen the statistics on how many people get trampled to death during this time of year? For the Hajj, it's like
it's a lot.
It's a staggering.
It's a lot.
Staggering.
Yeah,
that's a statistic.
Yeah,
wow.
We need to find that out. I need
it's
to
a
look.
lot.
Yeah, it is. Yep,
it's a lot. Mm-hmm. Plus, we have a lot of sports happening this week. We have the NHL Stanley Cup Finals beginning tonight with the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers facing off for the repeat of last year's Stanley Cup Final. Just a reminder that Canadian team hasn't won the Stanley Cup since 1993, so got that going for us. And I think 6 of the last 6 finals have been Florida teams. So.
That's interesting.
Tomorrow night, the NBA Finals tip-off, opposing Oklahoma City Thunder against the Indiana Pacers. Side note to that NBA Finals championship, the New York Knicks, who lost to the Pacers in the Eastern Conference Championship, just fired their head coach. Get out. You didn't take us to the finals. Have a nice day. We love you, but not that much. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Get out. The French Open is going on right now. We have the French Open women's final on Saturday and the men's final on Sunday.
Okay.
Djokovic has reached the quarterfinals for a record-breaking 19th time.
Any Americans in it?
Coco Gauff in the women's side. She reached the quarterfinals. She just won. Her game just ended moments ago.
She's good.
So she advances to the semifinals.
And what about men? Or is there no American?
Later today. I don't know.
We got the 4th-ranked player in the world now. It's been a long time since we've done that well.
He may be in the
Taylor.
quarterfinals. I'm not sure though.
Any men competing on the women's side that we need to know about?
not that I'm aware of. Yeah, no. And we have horse racing this weekend as well. The Belmont Stakes, Sovereignty, and the Kentucky Derby journalism winner is supposed to be at the Belmont this weekend. So it'll be be fun to watch, see what happens between those 2 horses. And I'm sure you're excited that the Tony Awards are going to happen this Sunday.
I'm tingling all over right now.
The Tony Awards are going to celebrate their record-breaking year. This year has been the highest grossing in Broadway history, $1.89 billion in ticket sales.
Wow.
Topping 2018 where they had $1.82 billion. Now they've had big stars on Broadway this year along with, George Clooney with the Good Night, Good Luck. Denzel Washington and Jake Gyllenhaal with Othello, and it's the 10th anniversary of Hamilton, so they're going to reunite the original cast on the Tony Awards.
That's wonderful.
Huh?
Wonderful.
Come on now. Come on. Cynthia Erivo is going to host it
If
at the
only I
Radio
could
City
be there.
Music Hall.
Only.
Well, you can feel like you're there watching it on CBS or, they're having the big pre-show on Paramount Plus here in the USA.
pre-show.
So,
Okay.
I mean, red carpet event.
That's a must-not-miss event.
That's what I'm saying. It'll almost be like you're there,
almost
watching that. Yeah,
Yeah, not
It's
quite the same,
No,
but
it's not.
Yeah, it'll have to do.
Fugitive update. We have Grant Hardin, the devil of the Ozarks, still on the loose. They think he's hiding in caves in Arkansas and Missouri there, but they don't really know. The hunt is still on. I don't think they've had any sightings as of late. The New Orleans jailbreak on the 16th of last month. These two guys still on the loose. One of those escapees, the man on the left, Anton Massey.
He's innocent.
He
Am I
posted
right?
a video.
Yeah, we innocent.
He posted a video yesterday, and he's making pleas to Donald Trump, to Lil Wayne, to everyone.
Wayne.
Oh, wow.
He made his plea.
Do we have that?
I hope so. I mean, I sent it in.
I'm one of the ones that was let out of GC.
He didn't break out. He was let out.
What I want to talk about today as far as why I was in Orleans Parish Jail. All type of stuff going on, and they covering it up. They don't care about nothing in the state of Louisiana. This is something that need to go under a federal investigation. What's going on? How they having cases? Why Antoine Massey was in jail if the woman, the victim, the grown woman, not a child, the grown woman stated that he never raped her, he never beat her, he was nowhere in her presence. This is the affidavits on the date right here. This is the drop form from the district attorney office. This woman went did this. I didn't do this. Look, it's legally dated.
Look at that. It's clearly legal.
So I'm asking
right
please
there.
for help. Young Boy, Meek Mills, people, LBL. You know what I'm saying? People that been through the system that know it's
LBL will help.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Please, I'm asking for help.
Donald Trump. Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody step up for this guy.
You know what he's saying?
Y'all, please to come help.
Okay. Plan ahead and don't get face tattoos if you're on the land.
Little conspicuous, yeah.
I'm a good person. I am a father that wants
You seem like it.
children's life. You know what I'm saying? I want to let
I
them
do
know
understand.
Do you know what he's saying, though?
Yeah, I speak English, so I know what he's saying.
Thank you.
Yeah.
street person is not the right.
All right, so the clues here.
There you go.
We have clues there. We have a fan on, so he's still in the South. It's warm.
He's kind of convincing there.
You like that?
I know,
You like that?
but I will say this. In the words of U.S. Marshal Samuel Gerard in the 1993 documentary The Fugitive,
I don't care.
When the fugitive Dr. Richard Kimball said, "I didn't kill my wife."
I don't care.
I don't care. So you just turn yourself in. Okay,
That's awesome.
That's what needs to happen.
Yeah. Hope he used a VPN when he was making that video.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what I was thinking. You just made it easy for them to trace
Sure
it.
did.
Sure
did. So if you know where he's at, turn him in now. You're going to lose the reward because the marshals are going to find him before you.
Yep.
Speaking of criminals, the White House has released a new official Trump portrait. So we have a new portrait of the White House of Donald Trump. So we have this one from 2017.
Oh, he was so young and innocent.
Right? All right. And then we have the one they released earlier this year, the transition office release. This was pre-inauguration. And then we have the brand new one that they released that
like a
has
compromise pick.
Yeah, with the red tie and
those are all good
the
shots of him.
shadowing. Yeah.
Oh, so that's the official one, like hanging up at government buildings?
That's the official one,
one,
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's up to, it's good to go. Be sure to subscribe to my daily show, Chewing the Fat, available wherever you get your podcast. Chewing the Fat with Jeff Fisher. Rate and review where you can. It's a daily show. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a commercial or do I need to keep going?
I'm just trying to decide whether to do it here or, you know what? Let me tell you about Kexi Cookies.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and do that. Since they paid for this space, might as well talk about it.
Did they pay for that?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, okay.
They did.
Okay.
The Father's Day box has really sold incredibly fast, and I suspect it's going to be sold out by today or tomorrow. So get the Father's Day box. I accidentally ripped some It's a little unsightly. I think I actually... No, I did.
Up top there.
So,
right here.
So it's not going to look
Right
like
here.
that, Pat?
Huh?
It's not going to look all ripped
No,
off?
it'll look like this.
Okay, got it.
Okay, you won't have the ripped top.
Okay, got it.
And inside is where the real goodies are.
Yeah,
because,
no doubt.
This is so
I don't care
great.
how
Oh, look at that.
unsightly the box is.
One of our biggest complaint is that, well, I don't know what cookie is what.
Just eat it. Just put it in your mouth.
Chris, are you
Eat
me
it.
all of a sudden?
But we see,
Yes.
the problem is with all of our little bags here,
Yeah.
it's really, I don't want to get into it, but we've had some issues with that, and that's why. But this one does say Snickerdoodle. How about that? Okay, so
But
then
it
it
does
comes
give
with
you
this
the-
handy
yeah.
guide, all right? And one of the things you get in this box is this monster right here.
Oh, yes.
That is ooey gooey
that's so
deliciousness
Goodness.
personified.
That's so
Okay, well,
good.
cookie-fied. It's not a person. This is the s'mores cup cookie. Oh my gosh!
It's like diabetes. right
Yes.
Yeah, it's
like
yes.
diabetes.
And unfortunately for me, I have that particular issue.
Oh, you do?
But I ate the full one the other day because I took one bite and I couldn't stop.
I know,
It
that's
is
the problem.
that delicious.
That's the problem with the Kexi cookies. You
Yep.
start eating,
You
and
can't
you can't
stop.
stop.
You can't. These will be
Why
the.
don't you just cut it in quarters
I
and
do.
share?
Again,
You
you
shut up.
That's something. This is Jeffy off, of course. How dare you cut it up and share it? But go to Kexi.com. You're gonna be glad you did. You got to order by the 7th for Father's Day delivery to make sure it's there on Dad's Day. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. More from Jeffy.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Indeed.
All right, well, one quick story here to finish up chewing. We all heard about making your bed immediately after you get up as the way to start your day. You've accomplished something. Now on to the next accomplishment. Not so fast. The experts are now saying making your bed immediately after waking up is not a good idea because it traps moisture and sweat. It creates a warm, damp environment for all the allergy-triggering dust
Get
mites.
out of here.
So wait 30 minutes before you make your bed. At least 30
Now I have
minutes.
to wait 30
create,
minutes?
Yeah, let it air out a
And
little bit.
45 minutes after
45.
eating before you swim. Those are two important
Yeah,
safety
you say
tips
that. I don't
to keep
want
you
those
alive.
things breeding underneath my blankets.
I don't
and
believe they
sheets,
are.
man.
That's not.
Oh, now you're a doctor.
Yes.
All of a sudden, you're an
Yes.
expert.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for noticing. Appreciate that. We got more coming up in just moments.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here
I am.
on the Blaze Radio Network.
Thank you for being here as well. Hey, happy Pride Month.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gosh, 4 days in, and I don't know that we've wished anybody happy Pride Month. Well, kind of. Yesterday we talked about the NFL situation.
NFL being
the
gay.
Rainbow Shield.
Yeah, we got some stats on the NFL that the Blaze did for us.
Oh, good.
Regarding NFL Pride.
That's fun. The NFL, in addition to the Shield, there are 9 teams, though, who have not posted Pride Month celebratory messages. By the time of this publication, they probably have now because I'll bet they're getting all kinds of flack. But Cincinnati Bengals, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, so these are the ones. Okay, so if you hear these teams, these are the ones that have not.
Dallas Cowboys, Indianapolis Colts, Kansas City Chiefs, Las Vegas Raiders, New Orleans Saints, New York Jets, and Tennessee Titans. Interesting.
So those are not gay.
So we lost. So 3 that celebrated last year didn't celebrate this year.
At least so far.
And then 3 that did now took themselves off the list.
Did you see the post from Des Bryant? Former NFL star wide receiver Des Bryant, who actually played for the Cowboys, actually said the NFL is none of those things.
Right.
It was what do we still have the thing around where it's gay, it's trans, it's lesbian, it's bi, it's blah 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 blah. He said it's none of those things. That's kind of bold. It's kind of bold because on the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field. The hairdressers and interior designers came prancing in, clad only in pink hot pants with rainbow tattoos on their foreheads, their buttocks fully exposed in the back of those same hot pants, and their 24-karat septum piercings gleaming in the afternoon sun. Excitement and tension filled this revered football cathedral. That is until Blaine, tight end for the home team, accidentally bumped into the DJ booth, causing the needle to skip on the extended dance remix of the Village People's YMCA, and in the process, breaking a nail on the index finger of his right hand.
Oh, no!
Understandably, the event was promptly canceled, and no games have ever been scheduled since.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the gay, queer, trans, inclusive NFL.
Okay.
And they proudly support the
Trevor Project.
The Trevor Project.
That's good.
Okay, good.
So Blaine was
Good.
a tight end.
Blaine was a tight end.
He was.
Yeah, he was. He's not now.
No,
Because
he's not now.
You can't go on after you break a nail. It's just impossible, right? It's impossible.
No longer a tight end. Mm-hmm. Okay, and also you have the Harvey Milk, right? Pete Hegseth
military, yeah.
saying that we're not doing that ship. He's not going to be going to be named.
They're not going to name it after Harvey Milk?
Well, I mean, it's been named Harvey Milk, and now they're going to revoke that name and change it because you don't want to.
What kind of hate is that?
Child predator on the side of a U.S. naval ship.
You don't?
That's the worst, most despicable kind of hate.
Yes, it is.
That's really. It's tragic.
Remove his name. Yes, that's tragic.
That's awful. That's awful.
American hero.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Someone had to say it.
Yeah, there we go.
It's not the first time that's been said, by the way, about
no?
Harvey Milk. No, it's interesting.
He's a good one.
Yeah, oh yeah, he's a great one. Yeah. We now go live, actually, to the scene of Chris Cruz's chicken coop.
Oh, okay.
nice.
There it is.
Wait, how did you guys get a picture?
Yeah,
none of your business. You got it from that.
That's our
Palantir.
secret. Okay.
Okay.
Got it from
That's for us to know and you to find out.
It's a database I was talking about earlier. That's where we got that picture.
I was trying to get Glenn's face on it. But
Yeah,
it
so if
kept
you're
moving.
listening, it's the colonel on the side of the building, and it says "lay eggs or else." That's good stuff.
All right. Tweet from Lone Wolf 2965. I was right. Now years ago. Oh, he was right now years old when he learned that the NBA season hasn't ended yet.
Doesn't care.
Okay.
The conference games were great. This finals are going to be awesome.
You kidding me?
Pat.
I
watched them
which,
all, right?
which,
Oh yeah.
Who's going to win that series, you think?
Probably Oklahoma, but I'm going to be rooting for Indiana.
I bet the NBA is just excited that two of their smallest markets are represented.
It doesn't matter. Oklahoma's got the MVP. They've won the most games this year. It's going to be awesome.
I didn't even know those people had NBA teams.
Yeah, Oklahoma City and Indianapolis Pacers. Yeah,
Indiana Pacers. Yeah.
Indiana, right? Nobody can name it after a small town because there's just not enough of a fan base.
You can't have Opolis at the end of your team.
But
city name.
those arenas are packed out, baby.
Yeah.
Is Reggie Miller still playing? Is that?
That's the last time I followed the Indiana Pacers.
He's one of the announcers.
What is he, like 65 now? 66?
One of the announcers.
All right. Dirty Mule 94 tweets, the people that are going to be trampled in the Hajj. Oh, we didn't give the figure.
Oh, what?
I got him here.
Are they figured in the 300,000 that Elon killed in Doge? No, that's a whole separate. Don't mix up those numbers.
Wow.
The numbers are important at the Hajj. Trampled to death. Now, I don't know that they have an actual average. I don't think they have averaged it out.
I hope they don't.
However,
the trek to Mecca, they don't average it out.
No, they don't average the stampede deaths. So we have to go back to 2015 where 2,110 people were killed.
What?
As horrible as that is, I would have guessed
2,110. You would have guessed more than that.
Guess more?
I got over 2,400 died in that 2015 stampede. Now last year it was a mere 1,300 that died at the 2024 Hajj.
They're improving then. They almost halved the numbers.
They're taking precautions, I guess.
Well, how does that happen?
I don't know.
I was going to say,
I don't know.
What is?
They just all start rushing forward. People fall.
Somebody trips, and then it's over.
So the domino effect.
Domino effect, yeah.
You got millions of Muslims showing up for this pilgrimage, and I guess no safety standards involved,
So
apparently.
is this
Do
a
we
case
have to
where
rush?
Yeah, where are we running
Yeah,
to?
do we have to run? Can we just walk it?
Is it a case where one of them stops to kneel to pray and does it too soon?
Oh,
maybe.
And then
maybe.
Next thing you know, it's a traffic jam.
Next thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire.
That's rough, man.
That's
Kid folks said, Jed, you got to move away from there.
Yeah.
But the people at the Hajj don't want to go to California.
No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't. They've got enough of the black gold.
I was going to say that's one thing they have in common with Jed.
I want to know where to go.
Also, yesterday's press conference, we played you a couple of Karoline Leavitt clips, but she was also asked about reports from the war between Israel and Hamas, and she had this to say about it.
The Israeli forces are firing on Palestinians.
Reports that Israelis are firing on Palestinians, trying to get aid from the U.S.
20 people, according to the Red Cross, have arrived to the hospital that they've set up with gunshot wounds. Have died from them.
Buckle up.
Is this administration aware of these? And I mean, what is being done?
Set the record straight, Karoline.
This situation. The administration is aware of those reports, and we are currently looking into the veracity of them because, unfortunately, unlike some in the media, we don't take the word of Hamas.
Thank you!
Total truth.
Yes.
We like to look into it when they speak. Unlike the BBC, who had multiple headlines. They wrote, Israeli tank kills 26. Israeli tank kills 21. Israeli gunfire kills 31. Red Cross says 21 people were killed in an aid incident.
Not
and then,
true.
oh wait, they had to correct and take down their entire story, saying we reviewed the footage and couldn't find any evidence of anything.
Huh.
Okay, so we're going to look into reports before we confirm them from this podium or before we take action. And I suggest that journalists who actually care about truth do the same to reduce the amount of misinformation that's going around the globe on this front.
Washington Post did the same thing. New York Times, Washington Post, all the usual suspects just regurgitating what Hamas is telling them. When you're talking about the Gazan Health Ministry, you're talking about Hamas. And everybody knows it. It's not like that's a surprise to the media. They know what they're doing here. So they initially blamed it on the Israelis. Then video started coming out from that incident. And it turns out, no, it was probably Hamas who killed their own people, which they do on a regular basis.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was Jeff Bezos that made the call, but as soon as Karoline Leavitt made that proclamation from the podium, the Washington Post retracted. Yes, we have the tweet right there.
Incredible. I'm going to need the specs for this one.
Okay. There you go.
Little teeny tiny print here.
Correction.
And I just turned 30, so my eyes are not what they were when I was 29.
Understandable.
The Post tweeted out, correction, we deleted the post below because it and early versions of the article didn't meet the Post fairness standards. Oh, okay. The background, early versions of the article on Sunday stated that Israeli troops had killed more than 30 people near a U.S. aid site in Gaza, with the headline attributing the action to health officials.
In quotes.
The article failed to make clear if attributing the deaths to Israel was the position of the Gaza Health Ministry or a fact verified by the Post. The article and headline were then updated on Sunday evening, making it clear that there was no consensus about who was responsible for the shootings and that there was a dispute over that question. While statements from Israel that it was unaware of injuries and that an initial inquiry indicated its soldiers didn't fire at civilians near the site were included in all versions, the Post didn't give proper weight to Israel's denial. Oh, what a stunning surprise that is. And gave improper certitude about what was known about any Israeli role in the shootings.
Wow.
The early versions fell short of Post standards. Did they? No. That's what the Post does. But it should have been published in its current form, I guess.
This guy's a liar.
And shouldn't have been blamed on Israel immediately when they had no freaking idea.
No.
Of course Hamas is going to blame Israel for it. What a stunner that is. Wow. I mean, all along, the aid situation in the Gaza Strip has been hampered by Hamas. Why? So they can claim that they're being treated badly. So they can blame everything on Israel and try to win support for their side.
Yeah, what was the story about a week ago? Any of you gentlemen remember this? The female doctor in Gaza with the 10 children, 9 were killed during an air raid or something by Israel. That was what was reported. And that thing went away quickly when people started doubting the veracity of that story. I'm looking to see if there was a solid...
it wasn't true? I mean, I don't remember seeing the headline about the doctor with 9 kids.
Staggering if it wasn't true.
Yeah.
You've got Hamas telling untruths.
I was gonna say.
Wow. Doesn't that damage your credibility a bit?
I don't want to go below my standards.
Yeah, please, Fisher.
That's impossible.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
So
but it was out there and then it just vanished. And I'm just trying to see if that's even a thing. So, 9 children.
I'll bet it's not.
No.
I'll bet it isn't a thing. All right, let me tell you about real estate agents I trust, because moving is really stressful. Looks like I'm going to have to do it again. That's a whole nother story for another time.
Oh, boy. What?
But, man, do you need a great realtor? Somebody who can get you through all the red tape and help you understand what you need to do to your house to get it ready to sell. And then help you find the best neighborhoods where your kids are going to have friends, where they're going to go to a good school. All of those things are important. How close do you want it to be to shopping and whatever? Real estate agents I trust can help you with all of that. These are experts. They've got great track records. They're just simply the best agents in your area. They've been carefully vetted by Glenn's team. So the name really says it all. Real estate agents I trust. You can trust them. And it's a free service we provide for you. So there's no reason not to do this. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray will return after this.
Okay. We've got to address what's going on at Fox and Friends this morning.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we don't have to.
We have to. No, it's federal law.
It is federal law.
Ainsley, first of all, is dressed in a bright yellow
Banana
pantsuit.
suit.
Okay, bright yellow. And then it matches Lawrence's tie.
Right.
A really nice looking yellow tie. And then Brian has a blue tie together. So
it's like
Keith just mentioned, hey, together we're like the Ukrainian flag.
Yeah.
What do you want to bet? What do you want to bet? That's
they're set.
that's coordinated.
Their set is yellow and blue as well behind it.
Yeah.
Right.
Ukraine is a country in Europe.
Europe. Okay.
Boy, she could have been president, y'all.
Ooh. I know, wouldn't it?
And then we would be bitching about a lot more than the size of the big, beautiful bill.
Yeah,
You're right about that, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Overton windowed us, haven't they?
But the Ukraine thing, I mean, they might be celebrating the huge victory they just enjoyed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where they blew up 41 Russian bombers, all of them deep into Russian territory.
Yeah.
It's not like they were at the border.
Yeah, peace is coming real soon to that conflict, right?
And it's weird that they did it this close to what was supposed to be peace talks. And, of course, that scuttled them. No peace talks.
Yeah, Richard Blumenthal,
well, they met for like an hour or so, didn't they?
What's that?
They met for like an hour or so, didn't they?
Yeah, in order to say, you're ridiculous. Oh, yeah, no, you are. And then they stuck their tongues out at each other and said, nanny, nanny, boo-boo, and left the room. That's
I missed that
happened.
video.
And then,
Okay,
I think Zelensky said same to you, but twice as much more of it.
What?
Yeah.
See, that's fighting words.
Yeah.
That's why they're
And
at each other's throats.
you can't let that go.
Did he say that after
You can't.
Ukraine blew out the only bridge connecting Russia?
Yeah.
Crimea. Isn't that something?
Isn't that
So
interesting?
now Russia can't get to Crimea, which they seized, in 2014.
All of that on the same day.
Yes.
They coordinated this really nice attack, and they drove the trucks that carried the drones into deep into Russian territory. Supposedly this businessman who used to be a DJ in Ukraine and now owns this trucking business, and he used all of his trucks to drive all of these drones deep into Russian territory. In one case, they parked next to FBS headquarters in that vicinity.
Wow.
FBS, of course, is the Russian Secret Service now. They don't call it KGB anymore.
Some of those trucks were in there as long as 18 months.
Yeah.
That's a long game right
yeah.
They booby-trapped him so that if anybody messed with it beforehand, they got blown to bits. So then, by remote, they popped the top of all of these trucks, and out came the drones and did their business. 41 Russian bombers. They estimate about $7 billion in damage, but much more strategically damage done. It's amazing.
If you're Russia, are you not checking every last thing that enters that country?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
This has got longer-term effects and more than just Russia and Ukraine. I mean, what the hell is going on in our country?
Yeah,
like, what is already here?
Yes, the trucks.
You know?
Yes.
And you should hear Richard Blumenthal came back from his Ukraine trip. He's not feeling the chances of peace coming anytime soon.
No. Don't say that. If Richard's not feeling it, then the rest of us shouldn't either.
We got Dick.
Do we have
the clip of Dick?
Let's see him.
Thanks for having me, Mika.
No,
Always
you're welcome.
Uplifting and inspiring
you kidding me?
to spend time with Volodymyr Zelensky. My seventh trip to Ukraine. Most of them with Senator Graham.
Oh my gosh, get to it.
But I've met with him on numerous other occasions, and sadly, one of my main takeaways was that peace, even a ceasefire, are nowhere in sight.
Okay.
No. What?
Breaking news. Yeah.
Here's what I find really disturbing. The Russians keep calling this a terrorism attack.
Right.
First of all, it's war.
Yeah, you started it.
You're in a war. Secondly, they hit military targets. They didn't target apartment complexes or shopping malls. Mm-hmm. Those are legitimate military targets they blew up. What do you mean terrorism? Shut up, you bunch of whiners.
So how much do you think it costs to get a hotel room in Ukraine these days?
I got a
got to be over $1.50.
You got a report
I got a report for you guys.
All
Here's a expense report from Lindsey Graham. $411,000 for that trip to
what?
We're paying for it.
We paid for it, and granted, and it was from June 1st to June 30th where they had the that was the time allotted to expense that $411,000.
Now this says it's only the hotel room, right?
It says hotel room, transportation.
Oh, okay.
Any visitors on that bill to the room?
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
What's the difference between hotel and lodging? Did you just say both those?
That's what it says on the report.
So wait, a hotel is your lodging.
Well, it's basically
yes.
How when I was in the military, you had to stay, and when you claim it, it said hotel, lodging, motel, whatever it is. So they have to be specific.
So hang on a second. He's back in the U.S. now, right, Lindsey?
I don't know
because I haven't seen him. I didn't see him on the Sunday show, so I don't know for sure. But I'm just trying to figure out: is there an empty room that we're paying for right now for the next month in Kyiv?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
it would not surprise me
at all.
Yeah.
No.
$411,634. You okay with that?
What kind of room service is he getting? I'm serious. What is that?
But that doesn't show any of the room service bills.
That's what I'm wondering. Is that just the room? Hold on.
How long were they there?
A minute?
They weren't there for a month.
No, they were not there for a month. Absolutely not.
And I don't, even if you fly first class on Emirates airline, it's not going to cost.
Does that get you to $411?
No.
Are you sure?
No. Let's say for the two of them, the tickets, let's go as outrageous as we possibly can.
Okay.
$15,000.
Okay.
That's $30,000 for the pair of them.
Okay.
$30,000 for both.
Is that not $411,000?
That's not $411,000.
That's $13,721 a night.
And maybe the hotel only allows month leases.
Oh,
fair.
Maybe.
Okay. Look at you.
Okay, this is crazy though.
So you're in
We need
there.
to open a hotel.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
Lindsey Graham,
we need to open a hotel.
Oh, these guys are over there scamming. They would go over there. We're so happy to meet with Zelensky. Just leave the envelope in the hotel room.
I want an accounting for minute by minute. I don't care about Blumenthal. I want to know what Lindsey Graham was doing minute by minute.
Yes.
While he was over there. And I want to see if Blumenthal turned in an expense report like that and how much his was.
Interesting, yeah, because this might not include both of them, right? This might just
you think
be...
they bunk together? Now, Lindsey may have wanted to bunk with Blumenthal. And then he's just like, no, Lindsey, I'm going to get my own room. Thanks.
What? Oh, you don't know that.
Don't they all room together in D.C.? Like
seriously,
all these Congress
yeah,
people?
sometimes.
Is that a GAO link? What is that link?
Yeah, that's the...
I want to see that.
Can you put it up again, please?
If you have that link, can you please send it to me? Because I want to do a search on that website for Blumenthal. I want to see what he turned in.
USAspending.gov.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Spending.gov. I will check on that and report back.
We're just being repeatedly screwed by these people.
That's for sure.
100.
That's for sure.
Over and over and over and over.
And they've been doing it forever. Mm-hmm. I mean, just doing it
now it's right
forever.
out in the open. They don't even care. They don't care that we know, because they know we're not going to do anything about it. Not even...
Honestly, what can we do?
Not even vote against them. Not even get them out of office. We're not even going to do that.
That's a good question, Chris. What can we do?
Here's what we do, guys. Here's what we do. We need to make sure that the Republican Party controls the House, the Senate, and the presidency. You combine that with the conservative court that we have. They're crazy right-wingers running that joint. And we're going to fix this thing.
Said that?
We're going to fix this.
Right.
Thank you,
just
Keith.
give them power.
Thank you.
If only we could get that done.
I don't think we can.
What a dream.
I know.
What a dream scenario that would be.
Thank you, Keith.
You're welcome. I'm a problem solver.
That's beautiful.
What's going
on? It really
there.
is. It really is. So all we need then, I need a little musical accompaniment here. All we need to fix the problems of this nation is a Republican majority in the House.
Okay.
Yes.
Republican majority in the Senate.
Yes.
The executive branch, like the president, for instance, and vice president, both Republicans. And then a super mega MAGA Supreme Court.
I mean, this is...
all our problems are gone.
And we're fixed. It's fixed.
It's fixed.
It's a pipe dream, obviously.
Am I right? Yeah.
The first part of that will never happen.
No, that's like a fairy tale. All right, 888-933-93. More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
All right, we're trying to unravel this situation with Lindsey Graham and Richard Blumenthal, senators who went to Ukraine and talked to Zelensky, I guess. But one of them submitted a report for $411,000.
That was Lindsey Graham,
That was Lindsey's, I think, right? Now, did that include both of them, Chris? Because you seem to have found another...
So I found another delivery order. And this one was for $403,000.
So he didn't spend as much as
for
Lindsey.
Hotels.
Wow. $8,000 less. Okay.
So I don't know who.
So together they spent over $800,000.
Yes. Okay.
Almost
Why are
$1
we
million.
paying for
I don't know.
Why are we?
It was obviously
an official trip.
An official trip.
Yeah.
This is stupid.
That's incredible.
This needs to be
$1 million on this. For how many days? They were only there a short time. That's
good job doing the fat cheeking on this.
Yeah, you're welcome. This is a fat cheeks.
It is a good. I mean,
but here's the thing.
And both parties are guilty in this. And this needs to be a story.
Joe, you can put that picture because I want to show you guys something. If you put that normal picture we have with it for. Okay, so if I click on where it says International Business Center TOV, that gives me the overview of all the expenditure under that one account, which is the travel to Kyiv.
All right.
For business, foreign-owned businesses, minority-owned businesses, other minority-owned businesses, other than small business and special designations. So far, since 2022, they've gotten $8.3 million from 77 transactions.
Okay, just so you know, right now I could get a 4-star hotel in Kyiv for $54 a night.
Oh wow.
Okay, let's go to the Intercontinental Kyiv. That's a 5-star.
Lindsey's not staying
5-star hotel, $264 a night. You could spend $1,000 just over. Let's do $1,500. You know, $1,500. How much is a flight there? I mean, this is ridiculous, man. Stop it.
Overall, they spent $8.59 million in hotels and motels.
This is since 2022, though.
Yes.
Oh,
they spent $28,000 in food services contractors.
Yeah,
I missed that. Okay.
And then
but that's that's since 2022.
Yes,
the other invoice is just from this trip.
From this trip, yes.
Yeah. Thank you. So the $400,000 was
that's just this trip for one guy, for one senator. The other senator also spent over $400,000.
Yeah.
I mean, this is obscene.
It is. And then we wonder how do we get $37 trillion in debt?
Oh, you're still on that?
Yeah, I'm still on that.
And by the way, that money, to my understanding from reading this, is that's not including food.
Right. Well, of course.
Do they have to pay their own food?
Yeah.
No.
No.
They'll get reimbursed for that.
Yeah, of course they will.
I don't expect them to eat at the food cart.
Don't you?
No, I do
Why?
not.
Why
And
don't
I don't
you
expect
expect
them to stay at the dump that Keith is ordering a room
No,
from.
they should have pheasant under glass every night.
Thank you. Yes.
You know, because they're senators. They're U.S. senators. They can't eat the food we eat.
I mean, this is every expenditure for government.
I'm glad you see it.
I do.
The gold-plated toilet seats. I mean, this is,
it's pathetic.
It's been happening forever, and it's grotesque. And But, again, and once we get the Republicans in office.
Yes, right. We just need the majorities. Yep, that's all.
We know that they're living like kings, but just put it in
But then when it's
right
substantiated like this.
It's right in your face.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just...
Come on. Enough
already. Yes.
In Boulder, where hostage supporters were attacked by pro-Hamas terrorists, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said this.
Hi, everyone. I'm Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem.
How you doing? Hello.
Today, the Department of Homeland Security and ICE are taking the family of suspected Boulder, Colorado terrorist and illegal alien Mohammed Solomon into ICE custody. Now, Mohammed's despicable actions will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law.
Okay.
But we're also investigating to what extent his family knew about this horrific attack, if they had any knowledge of it, or if they provided support to it. I am continuing to pray for the victims of this attack and for all of their families. Our thoughts and our prayers go out to all of them, and I want them to know that justice will be served.
Okay. I know she said words there, but I don't know what they were.
Wait, what?
She's taking care of Homeland Security.
What show are you listening to?
She's taking care of Homeland Security.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Remember the one, I wish I could remember what the line was. The one congressperson called Kristi Noem at that hearing.
Barbie or something.
Ice Barbie.
Ice Barbie
That's
with
what
the
they call
hat.
her. Yeah. She looks good in the hat. You notice that she continues to use that hat.
It appears to be a good look for her.
Yeah, it does. It appears that
Don't
way.
even have to wash your hair that day if you don't want to. Okay, so she mentioned the family there.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got, right after that video was made.
Yeah, the family of the terrorist, suspected terrorist.
Thank you,
I mean, he's caught in the act. But his wife and kids are also in custody of ICE, and they're set to be deported back to Egypt any day now. This is being expedited, and it should be.
Yes.
And I'll bet they'll complain about this, too.
Oh, they already have, actually. And I swiped it away too fast on my phone this morning. The headline was, she was, like, the daughter or somebody was... studying to be something, and now her life is ruined. And
gosh, because
Trump is kicking her out of the country.
Nowhere to study in Egypt, right? You can't expect him to go there and study. Jeez.
Yeah.
But Democrats are blaming President Trump for this, by the way, for the attack in Colorado. Of
course they are.
The rise of anti-Semitism in the last decade can be correlated with the rise of Donald Trump.
No.
The kind of language
that is a lie.
he uses, gives a permission slip for all of this anti-Semitic language to be used,
kidding me?
In a way that we really hadn't seen before.
There's never been a bigger supporter of Israel than Donald Trump. It is not his rhetoric. It's the left with their rhetoric against Jews. Their rhetoric on behalf of the Gazans and Hamas. Wow. Jeez, that's pathetic. That's amazing that they can twist it like this. Completely twist reality until it's completely unrecognizable. ICE enforcement in this country continues, though. And Democrats aren't just upset about the deportations, but the fact that agents show up for the roundups in masks. Did we play this yesterday? We didn't play this?
No, we got new.
That's right. Okay, so it was somebody else yesterday who it was the acting ICE chief that defended that. And here's Congressman Dan Goldman
And I asked them, I said to them, what is the point here? Are you just trying to tally more arrests? I didn't get any real response. And then I said to them, why are you wearing masks? I was a federal prosecutor for 10 years. I worked with ICE agents. I worked with law enforcement agents. I never saw any of them wear masks. This is brand new. And the question is, if everything is legitimate and proper, why are you wearing masks to hide your face?
Yeah, you're
douchebag. Yeah, come on. And it's been explained. They were being doxxed. So they wore masks.
Your people.
So you don't know who's making these roundups so that their families can't be threatened.
So they're death threats to their families and posting photos of their kids online.
Wow.
There's been a 413% increase in assaults while carrying out these arrests. And that would be
I see videos on my timeline all the time of crowds surrounding the
just wondering if
officers.
Democrats never had a problem with Antifa wearing masks and showing up to destroy the nation. I don't know if you can zoom in a little bit here, but Democrats are fine with that. Fine with Antifa wearing masks. Okay.
Or just tell them, hey, this is because of COVID. COVID's back on the rise. And so then they can't help but support it, right?
Oh, yes.
Forget the docs thing. Just tell them, it's COVID. It's a COVID
Sorry.
situation.
What are you going to do?
Yeah. What are you going to do? We don't know who's got this new strain. We don't want it, though. And you're all about wearing masks to protect against COVID, aren't you?
You know, and if you want to identify the agents, then maybe you identify them for lawmakers that are just want to make sure that everything's on the up and up and all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. But I don't know that because those are our elected representatives, right? So if they have to know, and that way, if those identities do get leaked and information about children, then we'll know. Which Democrat lawmaker leaked this to the press?
Also, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries spouted off about it.
Of course.
This is America. Ooh. This is not the Soviet Union. We're not behind the Iron
Since
Curtain.
when did... It's America?
This is not the 1930s.
Okay.
And every single one of them, no matter what it takes, no matter how long it takes, will, of course, be identified. That, in fact, is the law.
Okay, so he's making the case that they need to be identified.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So we should maybe dox his family and see if he likes it. All right, you need to be identified too. You're a stinking, hideous person who people supposedly voted for.
Why don't you wear a mask?
So let's just put your address and phone number up there and where your kids are right now. How about that?
If you want, we can revisit that video from the ICE guy because we have it ready.
All right.
Of why they're wearing masks.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer the mask question. So... No, not the mask, the mask. So a lot of agencies were invited to come out 2 weeks ago in Los Angeles where we ran an operation where ICE officers were doxxed. So let's just say that again. People are out there taking photos of the names, their faces, and posting them online with death threats to their family and themselves. So I'm sorry if people are offended by them wearing masks, but I'm not going to let my officers and agents go out there and put their lives on the line and their family on the line because people don't like what immigration enforcement is. They are wearing those masks because we ran an operation with the Secret Service where we arrested someone that was going online, taking their photos, posting their families, their kids' Instagram, their kids' Facebooks, and targeting them.
Yeah.
So let me ask, is that the issue here, that we're just upset about the masks? Or is anyone upset with the fact that ICE officers' families were labeled terrorist?
He is so pissed his voice is shaking.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah, and you play that clip for Hakeem Jeffries. I mean, it's not the 1930s. Was this the Soviet Union? We're going to out agents that are enforcing the law and their families are being exposed online? I mean, you could totally turn that around,
Yes,
like
you
he said, and apply it to this.
Sure could.
It's madness, man. What a strange world.
Oh, man. But Tampon Tim is staying busy. He was on, I think, somebody's podcast.
Yes, he was.
He's running for president again.
I mean,
if you're
this guy's
him,
got such delusions and
right,
know.
right. If you're him, I know that you're.
No way.
You felt good about yourself in your coaching career.
I don't know how, but okay. All right.
As an assistant coach, right?
Yeah.
At best, an assistant coach.
Right. Yeah.
Equipment manager.
At best, an assistant coach.
Okay.
So he knows why people voted for Donald Trump. He's about to tell us.
I say this because I'm proud to say it. Looks like as of next Tuesday, I'm going to have a high school graduate with my son, Gus.
Congratulations.
And he's pretty in tune to this. But when he said this, he said, Dad, a lot of these young guys, especially, said they're not voting on the policy issues. And he wasn't dissing them. He said they may know the policy issues, but most of them don't. They're doing it because there's a sense of excitement, a sense of thrill in this. It's entertainment or whatever. We all dismiss that. Donald Trump's a clown. Donald Trump's rallies are a clown. This MMA fighting stuff and this, and look, you start veering in to the Andrew Tate stuff, which is dangerous misogyny and assault issues and all of that.
What does
but
that
there's
have
a
to do with
peripheral
any
side of that that is not criminal, but is still going down the same road of saying,
okay, I can't take it anymore from this. But there you go. I mean, if Tampon Tim's 18-year-old son said it, it must be true, right? That's his 18-year-old son is almost as reliable as the advice we got from CNN the other day from an 18-year-old Pakistani. Because that was brilliant, too.
Yes, it was.
He had some problems with America, and he was trying to tell us how to fix them. So let's listen to that from the Pakistani and Tim Walz's 18-year-old son who's about to graduate.
So the Pakistani first, then Timmy Walz's son.
Okay.
Yes.
And the rest of that clip, I don't know if you want to finish it, but Tim Walz goes on to say, really, the only reason that we're on Team Trump is because it's like our sports team. We wear red caps, and we're all together on the same sports team.
I can't take that guy.
I mean, he is.
I can't take it.
That's why young men flock to Donald Trump.
Flocking.
Because we get to wear a red hat.
Yeah.
Stuff.
And it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment.
It's entertainment.
But in her new role as the Democrats' young men recruiter, Olivia Giuliana reportedly reached out to 4 fraternities at UT
Is that
Austin.
what we're calling them now? Young men recruiting?
Yeah, they're trying to get young male voters. There she is. There's Olivia.
There she is. Oh, good. Okay.
So what did she do? So she reached out to what?
So she reached out to 4 fraternities at University of Texas and Texas A&M to come speak this weekend. All of them said, yeah, no thanks.
Wait, they turned her down?
They turned her down.
Wow.
It's hard
Olivia
to believe,
got turned down?
Was she going to show up with half-eaten pizza? Or
No, she's going to eat the whole pizza.
That's a big,
come on.
big,
I know, it looks
big
good.
Pizza there.
Big pizza.
Large pizza.
That's good. A
Right.
lot of it missing.
A lot of it missing. I wonder
And
where it
much
ended
more
up.
would probably be missing soon. So
Yeah, what Jeffy's not following.
it looked like it was teetering on the edge of the table. I think it probably fell over.
Oh, okay.
That's
on
probably
the floor
where it
and they
didn't
threw
end
it
up in
away.
anybody's gullet
Right.
at all. Certainly not Olivia's.
Because that would be excessive if you ate the whole thing by yourself.
Right.
All right,
You
let
go
me
get the young men voters, Chickie.
Jeez. Let me tell you about Patriot Mobile. Think about every dollar you spend. It's either supporting your values or working against them. Every buck you spend in today's economy. So where you spend your money matters. That's how we take back our country. That's why there's Patriot Mobile. They're leading the way as America's only Christian conservative wireless. Switch today, and you don't have to sacrifice quality or service. You'll get exceptional nationwide coverage because, unlike most budget wireless providers, Patriot Mobile has access to all 3 major networks. You can even add 2 numbers on 2 networks on one phone, something the big guys can't even do. Stay connected with flexible, unlimited data plans to fit your lifestyle. These plans offer high-speed data, mobile hotspots, international roaming, device protection, and even internet backup. So here's the best part. When you switch to Patriot Mobile, you support faith, family, and freedom. So if you believe in our First and Second Amendment, the sanctity of life, and supporting our veterans, this is where you belong. Switching is simple. Keep your number if you want. Keep your phone. Or you could upgrade. Patriot Mobile's 100% U.S.-based team will get you activated in just minutes. Right now, go to patriotmobile.com/Pat, or you can call 972-PATRIOT and get a free month of service when you use the promo code PAT. Make the switch. Defend freedom with every call and text you make. That's patriotmobile.com/Pat or 972-PATRIOT.
Now, more of Pat Gray Unleashed.
So Ted Cruz faced off with Spartacus yesterday?
Sure did.
That sounds like fun.
It was awesome.
Okay.
And I will give my colleague from New Jersey a chance to just answer a simple yes-no question. Should the Biden Justice Department have enforced the criminal law against protesting at a justice's home? Yes or no?
So the rank hypocrisy of Chuck Schumer apologizing the next day and you holding that standard for him and not for your president, who you actually rightfully described when you were running against him in a primary. I would love to run those tapes of how you perfectly talked about the danger of our president and his rhetoric. But now you are failing, in fact, blind to the very things you're accusing Chuck Schumer of. I don't think Donald Trump would know an apology if it hit him in the head. Never has said apologizing. So again, you are very, very, sir, very, very deep into the waters of hypocrisy in your criticisms of Chuck Schumer.
So let the record reflect that Spartacus did not answer the question and did not tell us whether the criminal law should be enforced, because he knows the answer is yes, and he knows that the Biden Department of Justice was being wildly political and partisan in refusing to enforce the law because they disagreed with the Supreme Court justice's rulings.
Put that in your pipe, Spartacus.
And the same could be said against Booker, too. I mean, his people.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Filled with hypocrites.
Oh, yeah.
Federal prosecutors accused 2 Chinese scientists of smuggling into the United States a dangerous fungus that causes a disease in crops, so that when one of them could research the pathogen at a University of Michigan in a laboratory, Yongqing Jian, 33, and Zhenyang Lu, 34, are both charged with conspiracy, smuggling goods into the U.S., false statements, and visa fraud, according to a criminal complaint.
They both smuggle stuff separately into the country.
Yeah, but they have every right to do that and be here in America. Don't you think? I mean, they wanted to come here. So they have a right to come here and smuggle whatever they want into the country. If you're to listen to Democrats, that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
They should be left alone.
Right. And I'm sure these are the only individuals from China that were working against our interests at a college campus.
Yeah, except for no.
Because we have we went over the numbers last week. 277,000 Chinese students.
And so if only 2 of them are doing anything nefarious, that's a pretty good.
I'm sure there's
that's a pretty good ratio.
You make that trade-off.
Yeah. The 2 researchers were in a romantic relationship in July 2024 when Lou entered the U.S. with small bags of Fusarium Graminarium.
Oh, Jeffrey keeps that in his office, right?
I love that stuff. The Fusarium.
Why is that?
Graminarium.
Why is that the fungus that you lean toward?
Oh, because it's so delicious.
Oh,
yeah.
What do you
use
put
it as a topping for ice.
You got to eat it before
salad.
it destroys the
You
food.
can put it on anything, really.
Before it destroys the food.
So it's like a timing thing.
Yes.
Okay.
But he put it in his backpack, and he later admitted that he planned to use the fungus for research at a laboratory.
Research? What's the big deal?
Yeah, what's the big deal? Leave him alone.
Look at Donald Trump against education.
Thank you.
Yep. We finally got to the bottom of it. And in a recent interview, actor Jackie Chan talked about his dad.
Uh-oh.
So.
Uh-oh.
That's my
scary
father. That's my mom. That's me.
All right.
Okay.
I cannot remember how old I am at that time.
Young.
My father was a very handsome guy. Okay. And also, my father was a spy.
What?
Oh.
Yeah. When I was 40-something, then I know my father's secret. One day I was driving a car. My father suddenly said, son, I'm old.
He's old.
I might sleep and never wake up.
You may never wake up.
I have a secret to tell you. You are not Chan, not Jackie Chan. Your original name is a Fong. You can find out in the internet. Very interesting story.
Oh, no.
It's Jackie Fong, a spy.
Well, I don't know that he's a spy, but it sounds like
his dad was.
Yeah, well,
he's proud of it.
Oh, you're saying you don't believe his story?
Uh-huh.
You think his dad told him a lot sooner than just...
Yeah.
That's why he mixed in the thing about his dad being, I'm really old. I'm old, so see, this was real recent, y'all. I see where you're going with this. Come on now.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about
It's okay.
The Chinese mean well.
Right. To quote Jeff Fisher, come on now.
Come on now.
It's Jackie Chan.
Thank you.
It's not Jackie Chan.
Thank you.
It's Jackie Fong.
There it
Come
is.
on now.
Come on now. You know him as Jackie Chan.
I mean, we're so infiltrated.
Did you see there was another breach of Mar-a-Lago yesterday, too?
Yeah.
A guy from Texas,
Yeah,
actually. He hopped the wall around Mar-a-Lago, told Palm Beach police
I love
that he hoped to marry Trump's granddaughter, Kai Trump.
Same.
Oh, well, why didn't you mention that in the first place?
Thank you.
We'll call you a caterer and go get your tux on while we do that.
If that's all it takes, I'm jumping.
How old was this guy?
23.
Oh.
He's 23. She just turned 18.
Okay.
Sounds like a match made in heaven, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm sure she's willing to marry this guy. He jumped over the wall for her.
Yeah.
What do you want?
That's romantic. Honestly, when you think about
It
like the end of like a 90s love story rom-com or something, it ends with
That's what
scaling
comes
the
to
fence.
mind.
With a boombox.
Mar-a-Lago, yes.
You bet.
Oh.
Okay.
Are we allowing people to scale the fence and not
I don't know.
get shot?
I don't know, honestly. Seriously. Same thing happens at the White House.
Yes,
we talked about this the other day.
We did.
It's crazy.
We're going to put you down.
It's crazy.
We're going to put you down.
And they should be. You should be. You shouldn't take chances like that.
Oh, wait, I love the granddaughter.
We'll see you tomorrow.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.